How do we sell CERN as a time machine? Because if people believe this is a time machine, we're going to be able to bring God through this freaking portal. We're going to be able to bring Jesus through this portal. Excuse me. Why? Because it's a time machine. So how do we sell that, James? How do you sell? You just going to tell them that the science works? No. This is wrestling. We need a hook. We need a vessel, just like silver, right? Just like silver. You guys thought I wasn't going to talk about silver. Just like silver, you need a vessel to hold your spell. And what's that vessel? Bam! Baron von Trump. Baron von Trump. Baron Trump's marvelous underground Baron Trump novels. The Baron Trump novels are two children's novels written in 1889 and 1893 by the American author and lawyer Ingersoll Lockwood. They remained obscure until when, guys? When did they come into the visual spectrum? In 2017, when they received media attention for perceived similarities with President Donald Trump. That's how you sell a time machine. It's just that easy. And if any of you, in fact, I'm sorry, before I even get there, let's go back because I just saw something on that Wikipedia page. Wikipedia is such a freaking plant. Am I right, guys? I mean, it's such a freaking plant for this shit. It's so easy to see because you just go to Wikipedia. The novels were part of a trend in American children's literature that corresponds to the demand for fantastic adventure. The novels were part of a trend in American children's literature, for the children, that responded to the demand for fantastic adventure stories, Billionaire Pedophile, Tropical Island, George Clooney, Blowjob, Satanic Temple, triggered by Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland. Gee, Alice in Wonderland is listed right here on Wikipedia. It's almost like someone was trying to link those two maybe like a few years ago, maybe in 2017. How do you sell a time machine? You dig a big asshole. You tell everybody that special relativity is real, and you pretend to throw particles that no one can see, not even the assholes running the machine. They can't see it. Guys, I've been on an aircraft carrier. You don't understand what happens when you get into a building that big. When you enter into an organization that large, it swallows you whole. You become an ant in Sector 4, Room 16, Level B. And you will spend your whole life mastering that level, that space. And you will walk out and you will tell everyone, I am an expert of the aircraft carrier. I am an expert at NASA. I am an expert at CERN. And you would be right. You would not be lying. You would not have a secret agenda that you're keeping from me. You're just doing your job. You'd be good at your job. You'd have certificates. You'd have letters of commendation. You'd have all that, and you would never be lying. And you could work at CERN your whole life, and 5 motherfuckers could be the ones that were at the top of all this. When I was in an aircraft carrier, there were levels you didn't even go to. That's how big it was. And what's interesting about this is the tree of life. This is the Sephiroth. I probably pronounced that wrong. Some of you guys who know that better are giggling, and I'm glad you enjoyed that giggle. Laugh at me because I pronounced that wrong, because I bet I did. The Sephiroth, let me show you this. The Sephiroth. It's like, what's that duck guy's name, right? The suffering Sephiroth. I'm actually doing this because I'm trying to find something. So I'm going to suffering Sephiroth. There it is. There's what I'm trying to find right there. Is this guy right here. Okay. Here's how you fuck with a brain, guys. Here's how you do it. Thanks for watching. Here's how you do it. You have a complex system that is so complex that one could spend their entire life in one Sephiroth. And that's what Cabal is. That's what Kabbalism is. It is a system that gets you lost in the details. It is, drum roll, a looking glass. Promises are made on the other side of the tree of life that pull you in to the tree of life, and you emerge on the other side. Now you live in two dimensions. You have the dimension of here, the quote, quote, false reality, as we call it. And then you have the real, spiritual, higher realm of the Sephiroth. This is the looking glass program. This is how the Judaic tree, the Abrahamic tree, excuse me, sprouted and grew. It's based off this principle of getting lost in the Sephiroth. Lost. I'm going to bring this up again. Some of you guys have seen this before, and I just want you to know, I feel your pain, but there are others here who need to see this right now. The tree of life is a Kabbalistic spell. Kabbalah is getting lost in the fine details of something to the point to where it disassociates and splits the mind. You fall into your quest for answers. What do you see? What you see here, guys, follow the white rabbit. This is the looking glass. This is the Kabbalistic looking glass that will keep you invested in the Sephiroth. And you will run through this maze just like Alice runs through the looking glass, looking for answers. God, I hope some of you guys are feeling me right now, because I'm telling you, this is the fucking way it works. This is black magic at its fucking best. God, I hope you guys feel what I'm saying here. Because you'll get in this map and you'll get lost. You'll spend your entire life looking just at Pindar and the Merovingian bloodline. Why did Q tell you who is P? Why didn't the asswipe just say who is Pindar, or who is Pessia, or who is the Pope, or whatever the fuck? Why? Because Q needs you inside the looking glass. Fuck, I hope you guys see this. I really hope you guys understand this. Black magic is real. And you're going to feel it when it's on. You're going to feel it when it's working. And I am a living example of this, because I went through this whole map like a freaking badass hunter. I ran through this like a jungle, like a forest, whatever you want to call it. I looked at all this stuff. I could still be looking at it. I could still be in there. And so many of us are. And when they're in there and I yell, hey, get the fuck out of there, everyone just turns around and is like, fuck you, man. You know, you're too asleep. This is cleavage split. This right here will split your cleavage. And it'll split it so bad that it could take your life. I think this is the kind of black magic that cost Tracy Twyman her life. We can talk about that later. But this is how. You start to dig so deep, you can't stop. Why? Because you keep investing too much in it. Praying medic keeps investing so much in Q, he can't stop. He has to tell you about Looking Glass because he needs you to keep going. Because if you stop and turn around, he's going to freak the fuck out. Because he does not have enough ego to admit he's wrong. He's bought into the idea that he needs less ego, which makes him a fucking puppet, a machine. God, I hope you guys feel that. This is how the black magic works. It requires a low ego. It requires dissonance. It requires all of these lies to set the cleavage marks in the stone. Boo, 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 split. And the whole thing splits. This is how you do it. And it doesn't have to work on you. It can work on your kids. It can work on your grandkids. It doesn't matter. They have all the time in the world. They've been at this for 5,000 years. I'm not joking when I tell you that. I think they've been at it longer. A lot of you guys are like, James, it's been longer. I can't sell that to anybody because I don't have proof. The only proof I have is that the patriarchs of Judaism, of Christianity, and of Islam are all three buried in the same cave. And when you bury bones, there's some kind of technology to it that I'm still studying. But you can haunt things with bones. Look at the Old Testament. I'm not making this shit up. They say in Scooby-Doo, oh, it's all haunted, so you'll think it's just fake. Bone technology is real. Bone technology is real. We tap into our ancestors when we stand above their grave. We pull energy up from the soil. That proves to you guys it works. Bone technology works, and it's part of this spell of dimensionality because they're not just going for you. They want your freaking DNA chain. They want the whole chain locked in this spell where you think you're one of a bazillion dimensions. Think how powerful your power of belief is going to be when you don't even know the dimension that you're currently in is the real one. When you have to log on to the internet and you start to think, because in the future, your kids and your grandkids are going to think that different domain names are different dimensions. God, I hope you guys are understanding that. This is so easy if you do the math here and just understand. This is exactly how it would work so well and so easily. Black magic is real. It is rooted in psychopathy and blackmail. We've covered this, right?